I am so happy that you're able to join us for this extended interview. Make sure to visit theoffbeatlife.com. Again, that's theoffbeatlife.com to get more killer resources. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this extended interview with Emily and Birdie, where they're going to share with us how they were able to create such an effective working environment as a couple. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi,
Debbie.
good.
Thank you so much for being here. So before we get to your tips and tricks, can you tell us a little bit more about you and why you live an offbeat life?
So my name is Emily.
And I'm Birdie.
And we're the Mandagies. And we live an offbeat life because it's just more fun that way. We like to, spice up our days and make everything different. So that's why we live an offbeat life.
Yes. And you both run a really great blog, the Mandagies, and Birdie, you're also a photographer, and Emily, you are the writer in your business. How are you able to create an effective environment that allows you to be productive without killing each other at the end of the day?
Well, I think working as a couple is really an awesome experience to be able to do with your spouse, but it definitely requires some really clear boundaries on personal life and business and a lot of other things. So I think one of the ways that we work together as a couple is splitting up tasks so that we're very clear on who is accomplishing what. That way we don't have to try and step on each other's toes. And also that has led to us being kind of like an expert in the tasks that we're good at. And that way we can bring it together and make something combined, really.
And to add on to that, I think we really trust each other in each other's tasks too. Like it'd be, like I'm not trying to oversee what Emily's doing, or Emily's not trying to oversee what I'm doing with my photos. So I think we really... we learn how to trust each other fully in creating good quality products for our clients.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing, is you're not micromanaging your partner, right? Because that can lead to a lot of different arguments. And also it probably takes you away from the work you need to be doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's been one of the most effective things that we've done for our job, is definitely separating tasks.
Yeah. And now what about when you actually make decisions? How do you do that? What if one person wants to do it and the other person doesn't? How do you communicate with each other effectively that you are not constantly arguing about what to do?
Honestly, it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. We've definitely had some really sour arguments about things because we bring our emotions into it. And I think early on, as I guess co-business owners, sometimes when the other person doesn't like your decision, it feels like it's a personal thing. And so we've had to kind of turn on our business brain to, if it is a job or a decision that we really want to do personally, we have to step back and say, okay, is this actually good for the business? And we need to talk in more business goal related things versus personal desires.
Yeah. And like Emily said, communication is big on this. We just talk for a long time and try and decide the pros and cons of the decision. And we get into arguments a lot, and but I guess that's the nature of doing business together. And like Emily said, we have to turn on this business brain a lot and separate that with our personal life.
Yeah, and I think another tip too is to make sure that we're both listening to each other's side or whatever decision we're making equally, so we each get the same amount of airtime to say why we think the way that we think. That way it's not just, this is my decision and I'm not budging.
Yeah. And we're very long-term goal focused, type of people too. So when we think about our business, okay, will this hurt us, or will this benefit us long-term or short-term? So we always ask that question, and we have a discussion often, and we do this morning walk, kind of like our morning meeting. We live like next to this park, and we just
Yeah.
walk around this park and talk about our goals and tasks for the day. So arguments sometimes.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that.
That's such a
Yeah.
great exercise that you guys have during your morning walks, because I'm sure that will lead to a more productive day when you do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree, because we sit at our desk inside all day. So being able to, take a mile walk around the park really does make a difference for like your energy levels and just being outside, when we're not in the mountains.
Yeah.
What about having personal space? How are you able to do that especially when you're constantly together?
I think we're pretty good about setting tasks for the day versus hours for the day. So as long as we get our stuff done, we can kind of do whatever we want. So I have discovered gardening. So whenever I just need a break from the computer or Birdie, I just go outside and sit in the garden and, do those kind of tasks. And Birdie will have his friends call him. And I don't want to talk for you. Go ahead.
No, yeah. That's, and I think when we sit in our computers, we work at different things too. So I see that as like time away from Emily. Just because like I'm kind of in the zone editing photos, and I love editing photos, so I could do that for a long time. And when I'm kind of like tired of that, I don't do gardening, but I like to play video games. So I just play video games until I'm like inspired again, or like being refreshed, or look at photo books that I have here, or listen to music.
Also, even the small things is we both invested in noise canceling headphones. So even if we're in the same room, we literally don't have to listen or look at each other. So it doesn't really feel like I am with him all day, because like,
you're right.
We are like sensory separated.
That's a good idea.
No.
I don't want to hear you.
If that makes sense at all.
I'm going to put these headphones on. Gone. You're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing that you guys have been able to do this. And I know it's really hard, and not every couple can do it. But if you do it, if you try and it doesn't work, that's fine. Then at least you know. And if it does, hey, you'll have a great business out of it, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
So if our listeners want to know more about the both of you, where can they find you?
So we have a blog. It's called themandagies.com. And that's where you can find all of our writing and photos paired together. But you can also find us on Instagram at the Mandagies, and we have separate accounts at Birdie Mandagie and at Emily Mandagie.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for giving us all of these incredible tips. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie.
I hope you enjoyed this extended interview with the Mandagies. Make sure to visit theoffbeatlife.com. Again, that's theoffbeatlife.com to get the full interview with the couple, where they share how they created a successful adventure blog. Thanks for joining me on this extended interview. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. We can also chat some more on Facebook at The OB Live. I'll talk to you soon.